Hey, it's JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's November 20th, 2023. We're looking at a next few days of dry weather, basically till Wednesday night. Storm system enters for Thanksgiving. Today's going to be mostly sunny as a ridge builds into place. Highs are going to be in the upper 30s because we're still in northwest flow. That cold front that passed through yesterday is ushering in lots of cool air from the northwest. And then tomorrow, highs are going to be up into the mid 40s, so much warmer, and the upper level ridge will be pretty well in place. But we'll have some increasing clouds throughout the day. All right, well, let's get into the rest of this. Okay, so looking at the satellite imagery this morning, you can see there's a low pressure system below Alaska. Lots of clear weather for us here. Maybe some thinning out clouds this morning before it ultimately turns clear. And this system's going to move to the east and bring a trough that comes down from the Pacific Northwest. So going over the cloud forecast for the next few days. Today's going to be mostly clear. Tomorrow you can see this mass of cirrus clouds, high elevation clouds, is going to be slowly making its way east through the day. It's not going to be super thick though, so the sun should be shining through that and keeping it warm. You can see our temperatures are going to get warm again, and then as that northwest flow sets up again, we're going to drop for Thanksgiving Day. It's going to be in the upper 30s and then dropping into the 30s pretty much for the next week. So like I mentioned, we're going to have some precip come on Turkey Day. Looks like 1/10 of an inch for South Valley. Let's look at the freezing levels. They do look like they're going to drop down to valley floor level, so we can anticipate some colder weather on Thanksgiving and some snow. It's not looking like a lot of snow. We're talking about maybe a trace to an inch on the valley floor and 4 or 5 inches up in the mountains as of now. Let's take a look at some models. So this is the Euro. You can see that low up in Alaska, high pressure ridging in place over the next few days before that low shifts down and forms this northwest flow coming into our zone on Thanksgiving Day. And there's going to be an area, probably an upper level low, might even form into a closed low, is what the GFS is saying, right over Idaho. Look at the GFS, it's going to be a little bit easier to see that. So ridging in place, shifts to the east, and then we have this northwest flow shifting down, and then you can see this closed low forming here. So we have the main jet stream over to the east, closed low overhead, and that's going to be forming this northwest flow. So looking at the models, we'll see how much water we're going to get out of this, but it looks like since the low is going to be directly overhead, that's never a good setup for getting lots of moisture. All right, so this is looking at the Euro for how much water we're going to get. So this is in inches of snow. So you can see it comes in from the northwest Wednesday night. By Thursday at 5, Thursday night, you can see about 1/10 of an inch. Both models are showing more water over to the eastern mountains with this. And I think that's probably because the low is going to be overhead and it's just spinning this moisture around and hitting everything to the east as opposed to the Solitudes, which it normally does, because of the placement of the low overhead. So again, looking at the GFS is looking like a little bit juicier moisture. This is after it all plays out. You can see much less snow over in the Sawtooth. Western Smokies are still looking pretty good, but the Pioneers and over to the Lost Rivers is where the bulk of the moisture is at this point. And we're still 4 days out at this point, so we'll see if the models become into better alignment. But yeah, it's not looking like a huge event for most of the normal mountain ranges. It looks like the Pioneers might be able to get hit by some. It looks like Lost Rivers are favored out of this storm with the way the low's set up. So we'll keep an eye on that as the days progress. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. Have a good day.